throwing a glass at me when she caught me reading. That night, she'd had too many whiskey sours. When she drank, it was normal for her to be irritated with me and Gideon, my stepdad. If her face turned red, I'd scatter. Gideon would leave the house and head to the bar, avoiding a fight as much as possible. She insisted I call him Dad, which I hated, and so did he. He despised me. I was 12 at the time, just a girl who spent all day reading, and was especially into the strange books my teacher Astrid had given me. My mother hated my books. Sometimes she threw them out in anger, so I had to hide them. What a waste of money, she often said, and eventually stopped buying them for good. All that was left were the ones from my teacher. She hadn't always been like that. After a workplace accident, she developed walking issues and turned to painkillers and alcohol for escape. Then she met Gideon, who was unemployed, and moved in with us. But on a random Saturday, things got out of hand. I was drawing in my room. My mom returned from her morning shift. It must have been a rough day because she began drinking right after walking in. I heard her pour the first, the second, then seventh glass, and learned to count her drinks and stay out of sight after the fifth. Gideon came in later, clearly drunk as well, and the shouting started. Things got so heated that plates and glasses shattered throughout the house. The brawl ended abruptly with a heavy thud and sobbing. Terrified, I crept to the living room and peeked through the door. Gideon knelt, crying over my mother's body, gun in hand. Blood spread from her chest. His eyes found mine, and his expression turned cold. I rushed to my room, grabbing the black book Miss Astrid had given me, and opened it to the marked page. Gideon's footsteps grew louder and louder as I recited the strange words. Kolbi Digianise Ba'anku. The door burst open. You shouldn't have seen that, he said, his voice trembling as he pointed the gun, and I braced myself for the end. In an instant, Gideon's body exploded into a mass of blood and flesh, painting my room red. A chunk of his face landed on my shirt. The spell had actually worked. I stood shocked, frozen for hours, until I heard heels clicking across the floor. Miss Astrid appeared in my room. Quite a mess you made here, child, she said, glancing at the gore. But I admit, it shows potential. She took my hand and led me away. On the drive to her place, she kept mentioning all the books I still had to go through before I was ready. When we got to her house, she mumbled, "You'll be an incredible witch."